Aposta Punky Radio, Aposta Punky Radio, Aposta Punky Radio, the radio show for you that isn't actually on the radio, but has lots of cool sound effects, and is an apostate channel. And listen to this, baby. Oh yeah! Well, sometimes I used to get confused. Jehovah, Jesus, who was who did what? I used to get a little bit confused. Sometimes Jehovah, trademark, would be the Alpha and the Omega, and then sometimes it'd be Jesus. Well, the Watchtower said, well, it looks like it should be Jesus being God. Actually, Alpha and Omega is an office. It isn't sort of a title for one person. So I kind of swallowed that garbage. But anyway, what I didn't realise, there goes a car. Now, to be totally honest, what I didn't realise was that the term Jehovah had actually been added by the Watchtower to the Bible, where it didn't exist in the first place. Yeah, you heard me right. There are no documents, Christian Greek, anywhere that show that the name Jehovah was removed. No documented evidence. Well, the Watchtower will say, oh, that's it, we'll never do, miss you, as they always do, they make me vomit. But in any case, that was the explanation that we got back in those days. So with who's who and who does what, who were Jehovah's Witnesses to obey when I was a witness? Well, what I didn't realise was that I was kind of a little reticent to use the name Jesus. It was Jehovah. Well, no, I was confused. Was it Jesus? Was it Jehovah? Who was it? I didn't know. But on the point of obedience, my brethren, who did I obey? Well, I thought that I was obeying Jehovah, and that Jesus kind of nodded his head and said, yep, that's what you gotta do. But I don't think he did, really. Well, if you believe he exists, anyway. It's up to you whether you do or not. I'm not telling you whether you should or not. I'm just saying from a Jehovah's Witness point of view, how I felt at the time, and kind of what I've discovered since. Really, let's be honest. Are you going to obey? The 7 paedophile protecting perverts in Brooklyn that claim that they are God's sole channel, but wait a minute. No, they're not God's sole channel. Oh, but they are, but they're not. Well, it just depends, really. If they make a colossal codge of things, then, oh, we're just imperfect men doing our best and we get it wrong. But if something appears to be ipso facto correcto, they say, yeah, we're inspired by God, that's why we got it right. So you can see my dilemma. What are they? Are they just imperfect men? Or are they inspired of God? They can't be both. No, they can't be both. And I kind of was very fed up with this. Toward my end in the Watchtower organisation, I'd hear different ones say, oh, well, we'd like to thank the faithful slave for such and such a thing. Oh, praise the faithful slave for their diligence. Now, let's be honest, who was it that was telling you to obey the so-called faithful slave? Yeah, it was themselves, wasn't it? They told you to obey them. It wasn't in the scripture to obey them. Again, scriptural evidence, please. I'd love to see some scriptural evidence. I don't think I will. In fact, I'm almost certain I never will. I'm not going to see any scriptural evidence for something where there is no evidence. So anyway, who's who? Who did what? Where, how, why, where, when? Well, it's quite obvious that the Watchtower just want all the praise for themselves. You'll never find out. Never, ever. Ooh, did you hear that? Some sort of heron in a tree going... Made me laugh. What is the vast apostate army? Who are the vast apostate army? Where are the vast apostate army? Looked for, we will not be seen. Searched for, we will remain hidden. What are we? More to be feared by the Watchtower than simple apostates. The anointed remnant trademark. I wonder now. Different ones have claimed over the years that they are anointed and that they just know. They just know. I heard a story where Theodore Jarrus suddenly became anointed and then miraculously joined the governing body. Oh, what a miracle from God that was. Ah, ha, 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 ha. And somebody asked him, who was supposed to be anointed themselves, how do you know? And he was reported to have said, well, you shouldn't ask if you don't know yourself. And I think he was kind of sort of saying, don't ask, don't ask, don't ask. Don't ask because I don't want to answer the question. Anyway, he's gone. I remember I've met some over the years, ones who claimed to be of the ever-increasing anointed class. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have to increase the number from 144,000 to something else. It's going to be a symbolic number soon. You mark my words, I tell you all. I've met some over the years. Some have been dizzy old ladies. You know, those dippy old girls with their tweedy coats and their hats and their little fluffy brooches. Little maiden ladies who never got married. And I've met some who are really arrogant. And I met one guy, I'm not going to mention any names, but he was the most obnoxious person you could ever meet. Oh, but he was one of Christ's brothers. For some unknown reason, Jesus had chosen him, or Jehovah, whoever it was. I always got confused over who did what. Yeah, so God had chosen him above some really wonderful people. Amazing, wasn't it? Many years ago, there was an old geezer what used to go to our study group back in the days when we were studying some crap like the Babylon book. And he sat there, he used to sit there upright in the chair looking all pompous, looking all high and mighty, and he said, I'm going to see Jehovah face to face. You know, these days I think to myself, well, I bet God couldn't wait. Bet God can't wait to meet you. I wonder how he got on. Well, draw your own conclusions there. But I do have to say, anointed remnant, they know who they are, call him. No, sorry, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Don't buy any of it.